Hello, Comp 1 students. This is our screencast for Major Essay 2. I am starting on our content page of our class site, mainly to show all the various things that go under the Major Essay 2 assignment. We are going to turn in an annotated bibliography. We'll explain what that's all about here in just a bit. Your rough draft is going to be due October 21st. It will be graded using the same rubric that was used for your minor essay number 2, the definition essay, and your final draft will be due October 28th. Annotated bibliography involves research. I would like you to use the Maybe Library site. There is also a screencast then on how to use the Maybe Library site. So the assignment itself, there's the due dates up at the top. The purpose of expository writing is to explain or inform our audience about a specific topic. The topic is often vague or abstract on the surface, so it's our job to help the audience go from that vague to the specific. Takes a broad topic that the audience may have a general knowledge of, fills in the gaps by us as credible writers with specific examples and analysis. So our goal is to show the audience the topic, to inform the audience. We are not writing to persuade just yet. The assignment in this case, you have 3 different options, but they're all extremely broad. Define a specific genre or type of music, literature, clothing style, internet culture. For example, you might consider how one defines horror movies, although on something like that, you're going to have to go into that even more specifically, because with horror movies, for example, you could look at slasher movies, suspense movies, demonic movies, ghost stories, for example. So be as specific as possible with your genre. Option number 2, Gladwell's essay, which you'll find on 411 of our textbook, argues that social media prevents any sort of real social activism reminiscent of the 1960s. So you have 2 different directions to consider. What do you see as primary social problem of our time period? What possible solutions do we have for this problem? Or option B, social media has several aspects to it, but focus on one primary problem that is unique to social media sites. What possible solutions do we have for the problem? To be successful with this essay, you'll want to focus on one specific social medium. So, for example, given that Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram all have different purposes, different audiences, focus on just one medium. Um, Look at, for example, Facebook by itself. Option number 3, select a topic that you care about, that you have some personal experience with, and a reasonable amount of credibility. Create an essay for the topic by shaping it into either a compare-contrast essay, a definition essay, a cause and effect essay, or a problem-solution essay. Note that a technical or a process essay is not an option. That is because we want to work with traditional paragraphs, and technical or process essays use bullet points and numbered lists. Strategies: draw primarily from your own examples, experience, and analysis. You can do so even while minimizing the use of first person. Second, qualify all claims with examples and analysis. We're not asking you to argue just yet, but strong evidence will support an assertive and direct voice. Be careful not to oversimplify the case. You have to show respect for complexity. So, for example, don't simply say, well, there's a problem with the criminal justice system. That problem could be in the form of public support, that can be in the form of lawyers, that can be in the form of police action. Be as specific as possible, and also keep in mind that complex problems have no easy solutions. Aggressive writing will argue the issue in black and white. Make sure that you're looking at and analyzing the shades of gray here. Again, they say, some say, and all other variations are not valid examples. Who says it? Identify, be specific, avoid plurals. Again, they tend to be vague. Specify and analyze. Maintain your objectivity as you go through this. The intent is to inform, not to pass judgment or to argue. The added requirement here is that you will need to include at least one piece of research supporting your analysis. That requires an annotated bibliography due with your rough draft, actually in this case a week beforehand. So see the directions on the next tab or on the next page for creating an annotated bibliography. You will also need to follow Mla formatting for citations in the body of the essay and on a separate works cited page. Notice any essay with undocumented research will automatically earn a 0. All research must be credible. All research must be fully documented. So the annotated bibliography. Basically, the point behind this is that it's a form of note-keeping. What you're going to do is start with citation in the style used for the essay. In this case, and for the rest of the semester, we are only using Mla style. So start with the citation. It's very useful when you need to copy and paste the citation into the final reference page. Create a one-paragraph summary. The summary forces us to read the entire article. We open up ourselves to ideas. This should happen during the brainstorming process of your essay, by the way. Do not write your essay and then go find your research. That's why your annotated bibliography is due first instead of later. So creating a paragraph summary shows us the potential strengths and weaknesses of our thesis, as well as looking at the counterargument or antithesis. But we're not doing an argument here, I know. So in short, reading the article gives the writer opportunities to test and develop his or her ideas in the research process. This results in a much stronger, tempered thesis and increases the likelihood of us using strong source integration because you'll have absorbed, merged the writer's or your ideas with the source's ideas. Last thing, one paragraph reflection on the article. So why this article? How is it helping the development of your essay? So rather than citing things blindly or for the frantic purpose of getting something into the essay, this part helps you become an intentional and purposeful writer. It creates an intentional and purposeful citation. It also has the added effect of enhancing the writer's assertive voice and the credibility, because now we can trust you since you've summarized this and reflected on it. Use the following format: Mla Header, just a quick title stating the essay's topic. Mla Style Citation, use the Purdue OWL instead of using EasyBib or any other citation generator. Although if you're using the maybe library site, and you should be, then you will be able to copy and paste that Mla citation into the annotated bibliography. One paragraph summary, cite paraphrases or direct quotes. Write a one paragraph response. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it, or analyze something that you found interesting about it. Explain how it's helping you. This is optional and helpful. You can create a list of quotes that might be helpful to include in the essay. So here's the other catch. You must use the maybe library research databases. Look at that video that shows you how to use the maybe library research databases. The source must come from an article that you find through the research databases. Do not do a general Google search. If you still have any questions about a source that you might want to use, ask beforehand instead of asking for revisions later. Take note here, non-credible sources will not count for credit. So if you're using a source that is not considered credible, and by the way, the instructor has the final say on what is and is not credible. If it's not credible, it will not be counted for credit. The best bet is to use the maybe library research databases. So sample on this. I have my Mla header. My topic in this case is looking at automated essay evaluation. I have my Mla style citation, my authors, the title, the source that it comes from, the date it was published. This is the database I was using, and then the day that I looked it up. I have a one paragraph summary including a quote from the source, and then a one paragraph response showing why I decided to use this source for my essay. This is as simple as it needs to be. Just a citation, summary response, and then a citation, a one paragraph summary, and a one paragraph response. It's probably about 1 page for your annotated bibliography. The annotated bibliography, again, is due 1 week before your rough draft. Make sure it is turned in on time. Last thing, this is how your final draft will be graded. We're looking at the purpose and rhetorical situation. In other words, have you adapted to the expository text structure? Is it an informative essay? Reason, logic, evidence, and support, in this case, carries 2 times the weight of any other criteria. So we're looking at a strong and focused, informative essay, enlightening information, not trivial, anticipate the reader's questions, build points using appropriate expository structures. Your points should build upon one another and fit where they are placed. You should remain objective from start to finish. If this becomes a narrative or an argumentative essay, then we're going to start to lose points. Presence and personality still count even in expository writing. And finally, conventions and editing. One other quick thing about presence and personality, be careful not to overdo it. Do not include pictures for your essay. Don't worry about colorful text or colorful fonts. Just a simple 12-point Times New Roman black text. That's fine. Let your words speak for themselves. Notice also forms of view. We're using forms of view that kills the presence and personality, so make sure to take them out. As always, let me know if you have any questions.